Good evening, everybody. It is Cheesecake Tuesday. How we doing tonight? Who is with me tonight? I know I'm running a few minutes late, but Jennifer is in first. Woo! Hello, Jennifer. Hi. Vina's with me. Jana. Stephanie is in the house. Angie. How is Angie tonight? Kitty is with us. Kitty, I thought of you tonight. I heard the news report of the Coors Light grandma. Not that you're a grandma, but the 93-year-old lady or something that held a sign on the other side of the window that she needed more Coors beer and Coors delivered. I thought that was ingenious. I think she's going to keep on trying that, though. Hello, Jenny from Pasadena. Do I have big news for us? I'll fake it till I make it, Jenny. Krita, welcome to the show. Karen, happy Tuesday. Cheryl. Julie Jankowitz, how are you tonight? Adele and Dazzle are here. Sylvia. Southern Virginia, not to be confused with those Northern Virginia people. Heather from Iowa. Dawn is with us. Michelle from other parts of Virginia. Yeah, I was kind of jealous of that grandma with the Coors beer, Kitty. I have to admit, I was jealous. Kelly's here on the treadmill. Chris is with us. Hey, Alexa. Your package shipped, Alexa. You should have gotten a confirmation. I took it to the post office personally. Hey, Dawn, Angie. Other Angie, actually, because there's another Angie on here, too. Joanne is with us in Arizona. Feel like I talked to somebody in Arizona today. I honestly do lose track of who I've talked to in what city and state. I talked to Western Illinois today. You know, like, if you get to Chicago and you think Illinois is over, keep on driving west a few hours. So I did, Hey, I'm glad that you got that, Alexa. It is on the way to you. Hello from the Atlanta. Leanne is with us in Atlanta. All right. Getting quite the crowd here tonight. I don't see Melissa on the treadmill. Michelle in Alaska. Sun in Alaska. That is wonderful. The Johnsons are with us. Dana and Jeff. I think they're sharing a screen tonight. Welcome, welcome. In Indiana. Good to have you all with us tonight. Marianne Evans. Also in Illinois. Well, I wanted her to share the cheesecake, Adele. I gotta admit, I am jealous of the cheesecake. Cassandra isn't sure that I could follow all the rules to get the cheesecake. She's not sure I'd be a good enough rule follower for that. Yay, Vina, no payment till July. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Love that. Extra cash flow at these times. Cash is king there, Miss Vina. I do like that, so I'm glad to hear that. I am thrilled with that. Thanks, Adele. I appreciate that. So what are we all grateful for this Tuesday? What are we all grateful for? Tell me what we're all grateful for today, everybody. It is Tuesday. Vina's grateful she's got no payments till July. I'll answer for Vina. I saw that, Julie. That was great that you were with your daughter. Jessie, right? I'm getting this right. You were with Jessie in that video. See, I even got the name right. I'm betting that right. That is, Alexa, that is awesome. I always liked your landlord. He's a good old guy. He's a good guy. Nikki had $700 in online sales. Giant peanut butter cups arrived to Jennifer. That's awesome. Did Brad eat them all? Lisa in Alaska is watching. Angie had time to improve her store. Kitty's Shopify site went live today. I'm going to have to check that out, Kitty. That sounds great. Heather's husband and dad painted her store and got racks back on the wall. Well, if they are free, Heather, you can send them east, and I got stuff they could paint or be handy with. I am not any of that. Jana had a $10,000 SBA deposit this morning. Adele's got ice cream. Whoa. Melissa's got cheesecake. Adele's got ice cream. I'm doing this wrong. Krita's got good health. That is a good thing. How's Ronnie doing, Krita? Jenny's got online sales, a gift from a relative, and secure podcast guests. That is awesome. Vicky got her Idol advance today. Chris had no damage to her home or shop from yesterday's storms. Molly Baker is watching us in Steamboat Springs, a drinking town with a skiing problem. Jennifer's watching us. How's Bob, Jennifer? Molly sold 2 items online. And Molly, let's just be honest, that was a big win when I updated your name in my contact list from Waters to Baker yesterday. You gotta give me that. That was big in your world too. Marianne Evans has $10,000 in the bank today. Wendy Powell was, boom, got help for her unemployment by contacting her state representatives. It's amazing the help that they are giving right at times like this. That was great, Wendy. Marianne Evans is still packing up online sales right now. That is awesome. Jaya's working on her website. Hendrik has got her SBA disaster loan offer and is processing and it is in processing. That is awesome. There's so many good things happening. Well, you know why I updated it, Molly? I decided he's a keeper. You know, we had that talk where him and you put him on a Facebook Live, I think when you were here in the fall. I forget when I talked to him live. And I've decided he's a keeper. I saw him do a video in the store with you sometime in the last week. It is good. So I'm excited for your future with him. And your future lives for your families together. It's really exciting. Diane got her website integrated with her store. That is awesome. Let's take a look at our Good Morning, Good Night book to get our day started here today. Where am I going in the Good Morning, Good Night book today? No, not that. Okay, our good morning tonight is, things may never be like this again. That could be good news or bad news to you, but it's true nonetheless. Good morning. All right, guys. Well, we got a lot going on here today, as always. It seems like the news cycle of good events keeps on flowing. So, as promised, as many people have already put in their grateful news of the day, money is starting to flow. As I said this week, you were going to see continued things happen with that and money flowing to people, which is absolutely terrific. So the economic injury disaster loan advances are starting to show up in bank accounts. People are waking up every day this week and seeing advances in their account, okay? That again, those advances are based on $1,000 per employee, up to $10,000. If you do not take the Payroll Protection Program loan, that advance is yours to keep. If you take the Payroll Protection Program, that money comes off the Payroll Protection Program. Either way, it is an opportunity for grant, and it is opportunity for money, and quite honestly, it is liquidity. It is cash in the bank right now, and that is an important thing. Hey, Bailey. Hey, Ellen. Hi, Mike. Good to have you all with us tonight. Eric Abrams joining us as well. So that is awesome news. The other thing that is happening is applications are moving forward. So I expect, as long as you applied through the first week of April, probably till about the 7th. Where are we in April? The 14th, 13th? Somewhere right around there. So as long as you have applied at least about 10 days ago, probably through about the 4th or so of April for the economic injury disaster loan, I'm expecting, by everything that I'm seeing and the loan numbers I'm tracking, so I have a whole tracking that I've been doing as part of this for people that I've been working with. I've been tracking loan numbers, tracking applications, and where they are in the process, okay? I'm expecting you to get the advance this week by Friday, so I expect a lot happening with that. What's more, as others have alluded to, is they're starting to get their offers. That offer is now coming via email. Remember, I said it had been coming with a call from an 817 or an 800-366 number. So it is now coming by email. You're getting an email that looks like this, and I'll post a picture of this tomorrow. Okay, it says create your SBA Economic Injury Disaster Loan Portal account. Okay, this is separate from any login that you may have had with the SBA before. And it gives you a link that is special for you to create that portal. When you go into that portal, it will give you your offer, okay, of what you're qualified for. It will then ask potentially for supporting documents depending on where you are in the application process. And it will then move to a loan officer and the loan manager for final approval, which is really good. You will then get an email anywhere from a few days to 10 days after that, having you log in to close, depending on where the legal department is in their closing procedures. But they're going to give you an opportunity to close these loans online. These require what's called a wet signature, and that's like a real signature. So they require that you print these documents out, okay? And when you print these documents out, you sign them, you scan them, or take a picture of them. So you don't have to have a scanner. For those of you that don't have a scanner, it's okay. You could take pictures of each one and upload those. But they like the nice, neat PDFs if you can do that. So you print them, you sign them, okay? You upload them. The other key thing that you have to do, and I'll try to create a PDF tomorrow, an instruction sheet on how to create a UCC filing. Yes, and Angie, you're right to be paranoid that, was this a fake email? So match up your application numbers. There's a lot of phishing emails out there. That's a very good point, Angie, about application numbers. And matching your records, and just honestly clicking and making sure your link and the website you're going to is really the SBA and not some other website. But the other key part of this that you're going to have to do with all of this, and I talked about it before, is the UCC filing with your state. That is correct, Eric. If you have a confirmation number, you're good, but you want to make sure those confirmation numbers match up so you're not part of a phishing attack. But the UCC filing can be intimidating or confusing if you haven't done it. And the language matters because their legal team, when you send the documents back, make sure that the language on the UCC filing that you're required to do with the state, you're required to pay for. I think in the state of Massachusetts it cost me $25, or right around there, is like the lien on your business that the SBA then takes. So that is important to note, and the language on that. But I will see if I can do a quick tutorial on that today. So that the UCC filing, because if you don't send back the UCC filing from the state with your application, with your signed documents, they will only release up to $25,000 to you, okay? To get your full disbursement, okay, they need all the documents back, including the UCC from the state. And that's very important. So I don't want you to get tripped up on that, and the language matters. It's where the periods are, what words they use on that. I copied and pasted verbatim from the UCC so that I didn't have a punctuation mark missing, so I didn't have a extra space. I just copied and pasted. Once I had that UCC on the screen from them, I just copied and pasted it and right onto the state form so I didn't miss anything. But I will put up an example of that hopefully tomorrow. I have a lot of you to call tomorrow, and I don't want to, those calls are really important. So one of the things we talked about yesterday, but this is happening, people, so don't get discouraged. That's my number one point here. Don't get discouraged. The process is working. They are working the bugs out. Things are happening. Everybody is starting to get, funds are happening all the way through this process. So it is coming together. And so don't get discouraged. Don't rush to loan sharks. Don't do any of that. Things are happening and you're going to get money. But keep in mind, some of this money is a loan. The Paycheck Protection Program has the opportunity to convert to a grant, but the Economic Injury Disaster Loan is a loan. But for a lot of you, it's good money, security on the side. And for others of you, it's allowing you to refinance some of your debt and stuff into a more manageable thing and get control of your operations. And some of that matters on an individual basis, and I'm happy to step through with that with you individually. You know the email address if you need an individual look at your numbers with it. Neil, N-E-I-L, at ECIstores.com. And make sure you include your phone number with the email, and I will call you back. Still no Melissa on this. Has anybody noticed that? Cheesecake Lady has not been here yet? I don't have any cheesecake here. But, she said she was going to be here with her cheesecake. I don't see it. One of the things we talked about... Hang on one second. I got to grab some glasses. Not my Scotch glass either. Russell joined us while I was getting my glasses. Sorry, guys, I made all of my notes and then I ran in and hopped on tonight. Oh, I'm doing that most nights, let's be real. Okay, so last night, one of the things we talked about was the handshake and how its original purpose was to disarm people. And think about that. So you were, back in ancient times, in the Romans and stuff, they did the handshake. So you would shake weapons that people were hiding up their sleeves, okay? And that was to disarm them, okay? And honestly, he's walking the runway. All right, Cheryl, that was good. That was good. Thank you for making me laugh. That would disarm people. Well, it does today, too, when you walk in with that hearty handshake. And so they're talking about us not doing that in the future, that we won't be able to handshake or embrace or do things. We won't do those the same. But so's a hearty smile. A hearty smile and a positive attitude is disarming to people as well. So when you go into a situation, when you open the phone, when you talk to that person at the SBA and you are happy and cheery and smiling on the other side of the phone, it disarms the other person. So think about that when you're doing a customer service call, when someone calls the store. It's actually one of the reasons we do not have caller ID on our phones at the store. Okay, because attitude would be predetermined many times when they say, oh my God, it's that person. Okay, calling. It's Lee calling to check on his account again, or it's Susie. Okay. Curtsy now? Hang on. How was that? Bow. I think I need to get out my barnyard dance book. Promenade, 2x2. Okay, Cheryl, I'm not, hey. So, we don't have that on there, okay, so that we always answer cheery, or we try to, okay? We answer as cheery as we were beforehand. So we don't have preconceived notions, and it becomes disarming to the person on the other side who you may have gotten attitude from. So, you know, that type of recognition of people, calling people by their name, acknowledging them. So I just wanted to, oh, so you want me to curtsy or bow instead of handshake. I got it now, Cheryl. I thought you were doing my whole catwalk and everything else, and then I needed to curtsy. I didn't mean to totally screw that up, but that's what I do. And Cassandra's back in the kitchen wondering what the heck you people are doing to me. So I just throw that out there to you as continuing our talk of Handshake, continuing our talk of the future, and great things that are coming in our future world here. So just keep that in mind, and I thought I'd throw that out there. And I got this quote today, and I thought this was good, okay? Experience is a hard teacher because many times it gives the test first and the lesson afterwards. And think about that and what we're all going through right now. Okay, for most of us, this is a hard test, and but we're going to have many lessons that we're taking afterwards. And because we're all together, because we are Resale Strong and not alone running this store, we are getting some fabulous lessons as we are being tested. Okay, good news on lease amendments. The Financial Accounting Standards Board and the SEC have officially issued guidance on accounting for rent concessions, so that they will not have to be taken as income as a result of this. Nor will thousands and thousands of leases have to be rewritten to accommodate it. So that is a really good thing from an accounting perspective. And it was done, with the big guys in mind, but it really affects all of us. That is correct, Angie. A problem is a chance for you to do your best. And it absolutely is. It's an opportunity. Okay, I don't let it beat me down. I get up. Remember, we have survived 100% of our worst days, and we will survive this too. We will get to the other side. There is more than hope on the other side. Okay, we've got faith and love, and we are getting to the other side because I will survive. As long as I know love, I know I will survive. Okay, and now I'm singing. Diane's going to turn me off now, so I got to stop that. For those of you whose bank is not doing the PPP and are at a loss because the other banks around you are not wanting to do business with you because you don't have a relationship with them, as promised, that has been expanded. Other people are offering that. PayPal has officially announced their entry into it, but also Square and Intuit are both involved in it now as well. So Intuit QuickBooks is doing it, is offering it as well, and they have all three of them have relatively easy online applications with that. While I'm talking Paycheck Protection Program, there is an update to the official guidance that's given to the banks on that. Most of the update, I'll post this tomorrow, the latest update to bank servicers on that. Most of the update deals with combined entities and entities such as hotels and other multi-unit operations that could be combined and how to calculate that and such, but there is some other stuff on there. Hey, Lindsay, thank you for joining us, even though you're joining us at whatever time it is in your zone here. We're all here with you. That can be found, Lindsay, the checklist for other documents and such can be found at narts.org/resale strong. You'll get all the documents that we talk about here. If there's any new documents that I talk about, I usually post them the next day, and Adele moves them over to that page for me the next day. Worst case, 2 days if I'm really behind on other things, but I do get them all posted. And Adele gets them posted to the public page, narts.org/resale strong. The videos here that I do are live every night in Nart's private group, live at 8 o'clock, where you get to ask your questions live. I answer your questions that I receive throughout the day, and I bring you the latest updates. But those videos are then posted to the YouTube channel, Not Alone Running This Store, and are part of the narts.org/resale strong. narts.org/resale strong, Alexa. You can find them there. So I will post that tomorrow, but there really wasn't any real change to anything that affects most of us. Other retail news. Amazon resumes intake of all products to its fulfillment centers. So that was Amazon had put off taking anything but essential supplies. So they are now starting to replenish non-essential supplies into their warehouse and accept things that are non-essential from third-party sellers and from things that they take in stock. Keep in mind, the majority of items sold on Amazon are not not Amazon's actual items. They're essentially consigned. They're stored in Amazon warehouse. Puak? I think that's your state's UCC. Email me on it, Kelly, and I'll add it. I'm close to calling you on your other stuff. Lots of people, Lindsay, have seen the extra $600 start showing up. So that has been showing up. It usually does, in most states are making it a separate deposit by itself, just for ease of their accounting. So people are getting their unemployment, then they're getting a separate deposit for the $600. That $600 starts the last week of March, starting the accounting week of I think it's the 29th, whatever that Sunday is, that goes and ends in the week of April 4th. But any state will take it back to that week. And, so the, Jenny Walker, the language for self-employed and the SBA for the PPP really depends on the individual bank that's processing your application. Okay, there's a lot of leeway with them there in that calculation. Most are going to use some form of tax return or other document of income showing it, or a P&L statement from your company showing that. Most would like some sort of tax document because the reason they like tax documents is because when you file those, you actually file those under pains and penalty of perjury. And they love that. Jenny, the Schedule C or the profit and loss, essentially, it'll depend on the bank. It'll honestly depend on your bank. They have the leeway to do whichever one they want to do. It's completely in their leeway to take either. A lot of them are going to like the Schedule C slightly better than a profit and loss that came from QuickBooks, although they might take that as an updated one. So let's say you had only filed 2018 returns and you had your Schedule C from that, but you hadn't filed 2019 yet and aren't required to yet. They might take an updated profit and loss statement, but it really depends on the bank. The banks don't want to get caught with their pants down on this, and they don't want to be on the hook for it. So part of it will depend on the bank, part of it will depend on the calculation on that. Just as an important note, if you or someone that you care for doesn't have to file taxes, let's say they're on Social Security disability, or they have, or they're just Social Security, their income level is so low that they don't have to file, someone that you care for, or that is in your care and you're below the limit to file taxes, you can if you haven't filed federal taxes for 2018 or 2019 and do not receive Social Security benefits, you can go to irs.gov as soon as possible and enter your payment information to the system so that you don't have your economic impact payment delayed. That is the extra $1,200 per adult and $500 per child. They are trying to get that to people, but if you hadn't filed your 2018 and 2019 returns, they may not know where to send it. If you need a bank account number to send it to, call me, I'll give you mine. A good point is a good thing to keep in the back of your head is always the serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. There's also a lot of posturing going on right now regarding replenishing the PPP that will run out of money. As I've told you, the PPP will run out of money. If you've gotten an approval from your bank or lending institution, that money is reserved for you. So that reduces. So every approval, every time the SBA attaches a loan number to it, that reduces the $350 billion that is available. Okay. Dan, you don't have any employees, so you got $1,000. That's awesome. Congratulations. Okay, that is only the payment, the advance. That is the advance based on employee headcount. If you have no employees, they assume you have one, so that you got $1,000, and that is awesome that you got $1,000, Deanne. That is very exciting that is in the bank for you. But that is not the entire disaster loan. You will be getting a email about that. Replay the beginning of this program where I covered that, and you will hear about the email you will be getting. Plus, I'll be posting an example of it tomorrow so that people are prepared. And that, is also important to be checking your spam folder for that. Oh, the cheesecake lady has finally joined us. Ta-da! Where's my cheesecake, Melissa? Cassandra is not sure that I could follow the rules to get the cheesecake. I want cheesecake. What kind of cheesecake did you get? This is what the world has been waiting to find out. Did you eat it yet? Are you shipping it to me? What's the status here? Crickets. That's the status. That's okay. I think you came on, They forgot your cheesecake? I love it. Oh, I'm sorry, Melissa, that they forgot your cheesecake. I'll send you a peanut butter cup. I'm sorry about that. I'm very sorry about that, actually. It sounded really, really good. I wanted it, but Cassandra was convinced that I could not follow the rules enough at the Cheesecake Factory. You laid them out well, but that was not happening. But she thought I think maybe I'm persuasive enough that they'd still give me the cheesecake to get rid of me anyways. So those are I think you just signed in late, Melissa, so you had a limited time on the treadmill tonight. That's what I really think. If you sign on in the last couple of minutes, then you only have to do like 2 minutes on the treadmill. Those are the key points for today. I have like a whole bunch of you that added to my call list today, and I will be dialing you all tomorrow. So if you get a call from a 508 number or a FaceTime from a 508 number, because I like to do this with you, that is a call from me. If you get a call from an 817 or an 800-366 number, that is your new best friend at the Small Business Administration calling you. But as I mentioned earlier, keep an eye out for that email, and I will post examples of it tomorrow. Molly, take the unemployment and you can go back to when you closed on it. Message me, but, yes, you'll have, when you get the PPP money, you'll have to come off of it, as we discussed yesterday, or whenever you and I talked. I lost track of when we actually talked, but you can get back until when it was, and ultimately you're going to put that back in the business, so don't lose sleep over it. So if you collect for a short period of time, God bless. Some of the banks are taking longer between approval and actually issuing the money, so don't lose sleep over that. You've got many other things to lose sleep over, and don't worry about that. So again, thinking about how we're going to be better afterwards is a key thing. I am here every night, live in Nard's Facebook page, bringing you the latest information and answering your questions live. I return your calls the next day. If you email me, or is the best way to get a hold of me, because I can stack all your questions and respond to them in order, make sure when you email me you do include your phone number, because you will be getting a call from a 508 number unless it's a yes-no question. So if you get a call or FaceTime from a 508, that is from me. My email address is Neil, Neil, at ECIstores.com. Again, that is Neil, at ECIstores.com. You, and especially you, are not alone running this store. But hey, I almost forgot our good night. We did our good morning earlier, but our good night... Oh, hang on, I need my glasses again. Hang on a second. Our good morning, for those of us that joined us late, was things may never be like this again. That could be good news or that could be bad news, but it's true nonetheless. Good morning. Our good night is everything is changing all the time. May as well lean into it. Good night. Ladies and gentlemen, good night. I am Neil Abramson. I do weddings. I do bar mitzvahs. I do parties. I'm good for a party. I can't YMCA, but I can party. Have a great night, everybody. Neil at ECIstores.com, Neil. See you tomorrow night at 8. You, and especially you, are not alone running this store. I'll see you tomorrow, everybody.